Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, so this week I'm going to follow up on last week's missive about the Cobra effect, right? And if you recall, a Cobra effect is based on the actual events that happened with the British Empire in India, where they were trying to decrease the Cobra population, but because of their decisions and poor incentives, it actually made the problem worse. It increased the Cobras. All right. So here's a similar scenario that I've told a few of our clients about in discussions, but it's here in actually recent months. So I was reading in the Wall Street Journal about the headline caught my attention. It said electric cars are causing a shortage of pine trees in Georgia. And I thought, where's this going to go? So I started to read it, and here's what was happening. So you all know that the government right now, including our own state government, is really incentivizing the production and purchasing of electric cars, regardless of whether people want them or not. The government's trying to force you to buy them, right? So electric cars are growing, but that's creating greater demand on the energy grid that is not currently set up to support all those electric cars. Okay, how do you transport? Well, first of all, you generate energy through power plants. How do you do that? Coal. And they're trying to do it through wind and solar. Okay, you generate the electricity. Then how do you transport that energy? Through high wires. What are those wires made out of? Copper. How do you support those wires? Telephone poles, right? Those poles are made out of trees. And there's a specific tree in Georgia. It's a certain type of pine that's super tall and skinny with not a lot of knots in it. And so it's ideal, apparently, according to this article, for supporting these wires. So, in order to support the electric grid for these electric cars, they're cutting down these pine trees in Georgia at an incredibly fast rate, so fast that these tree farms can't keep up with the demand. So, here's how it works. In order to save the environment, they're mandating more electric cars because they don't have emissions. And to support those mandates, they're having to destroy the environment to support it. So, all right, classic real world example of the Cobra effect that we're seeing here today. And actually, several of you have already emailed us and give us other examples of Cobra effects, which thank you. We love your feedback. So now, what does all this mean for your portfolio? Well, we try to anticipate what potential impacts might have on the economy and your portfolios. So lumber goes back to the trees that are being cut down. You own lumber. If you're a client of ours, you own lumber in your portfolio. And so as the trees shortage grows, but the demand goes, the cost goes up. Now, you might have a negative consequence at Lowe's if you're trying to buy lumber, but in your portfolio, that has been growing, right? Same with copper. The copper demand for all those wires that those trees are holding. Well, you own copper in your portfolios if you're one of our clients. So that's been going up. So unintended consequences, we try to anticipate it so you benefit. All right, with that, next week we're going to talk about a maybe potential unintended consequence that we could see happening down the road. All right, you guys have a great week. Oh, by the way, at the bottom of the screen, click a thumbs up if you like this video. Take care. Bye-bye.